Hey everybody, Kennis Russell here. Hope you're doing great today. Today I'm looking at a setup that I have right now that I've got three different wireless things happening at the same time. I'm doing all of my setup, mostly all my setup. There's a couple wires, but generally speaking, all my setup is wireless here. And I wanted to kind of show you what I've got happening here. All this stuff is from Xvive. Xvive actually contacted me and asked if I would take some of my previous Xvive products that I've had and been using and make a review for the Sweetwater Festival, the GearFest Festival that's happening coming up. So I said, sure. So I just put everything together and I've been working with this setup for a little bit. And I've actually filmed one other video using this and I really like it. But let me just kind of show you what's going on here. And this is kind of like my preliminary video for all of that. But I just thought it was kind of cool. So I thought I'd show everybody. This is the Xvive U2 right here. And this is a wireless guitar transmitter, and it is going from this right here down to my pedal board. And you can see that right there is the one on the pedal board. Now it's got 4 different channels. So you can hook up 4 of these if you had 4 guitar players, or really what I would recommend is kind of be selfish a little bit and keep the bandwidth to yourself, because it does use the 2.4 gigahertz bandwidth, or that band, whatever, which is the same as like routers and a lot of times like security cameras and different things. So that can get bogged down a little bit. But even in this setup that I did here, which I've got 3 different transmitters going, and this one only offers 4 different frequencies, I was able to find 3 different frequencies in this room. I've got like a high powered router. I've got a bunch of stuff happening in here, and I was able to land on the frequencies needed for the 3 things happening in this. So that being said, if you're wanting to get, 4 guitar players and then also be on the in-ears and be on microphones, and like you're using everything, if you're putting a dozen different things, you're probably going to be stepping on bandwidth, stepping on different signals, frequencies. Anyway, that being said, I'm liking the setup that I have here. So this is going to my pedal board down there, and then out of the pedal board is going to the Hot Rod Deluxe back here with the cable, using a Hosa cable back there. And so it's going in there. But then that microphone that you see right there has another Xvive, their U3, which is like a microphone a transmitter. So you put one in on the microphone on the other end, and then I've got it going in down here to my Behringer. So everything is going into the Behringer recording. So basically, this is kind of a somewhat convoluted system because I've got wireless going down to the pedal board, and then the pedal board's hooking up wired to the amp, but then I'm going wireless mic out of the amp back into my interface. So that's how my signal flow is working. And then I'm using the in-ear pack right here for, I'll give you kind of a shot of this, the in-ear pack here, that is what I'm listening to. So I've got all 3 of those signals happening at the same time, and it's pretty neat. So like, here's my guitar. All of that is able to record with basically a lot of, not really worrying about a lot of wires. So anyway, I wanted to make this video just because I'm going to be doing this here, making these other videos highlighting these. But I thought this was a pretty cool setup, so I thought I'd throw this out there. Xvive has been a pretty good company to me. They've sent me a number of things, and that's one of those things that I get a lot of products over the years. I've gotten a lot of products, and these happen to be products that I actually use. That are not for everybody. I think if you were at like the super high end of things, then you would just buy the super high end of things. But for the more budget friendly, they're pretty good products. Like this one, the U2 that I'm using here on Sweetwater is $254 for that. And that's not a bad price point for getting into the wireless thing. Now I will say this, that the U2 is good. Let me just kind of search this up, see what they're selling for here. The Xvive U3 is, I really like this. This is $199, and then they make one that works with condenser microphones too. That is $219, And I really like that because you can take any mic and turn it into a wireless mic, which I've used on a number, not only just with mics, but I've also used with running PA systems, like a sound speaker to from the soundboard to a speaker that I didn't want to run a 100-foot cable. I was able to do that. So then also the Xvive U4 is that is the in-ear system right here, and for $229 is what the in-ear system goes for. And man, I have used this thing a lot. You know, before all the COVID stuff, it was pretty much about 2 or 3 weeks out of the month I was playing at church, and you know, so that's a Sunday morning rehearsal and service, and then as well as a rehearsal on Wednesday nights, and using the U4 system the whole time. It's been great. I've got a number of wireless in-ear monitor systems that I've tested over the years, and this one is very, very nice. That being said, I think that too, this is really good, particularly the U2 system. More for I actually, believe it or not, think playing live with this is nice. There can be sometimes, like, I don't know if that's coming across or not, but there's a slight hiss. You can kind of hear. Maybe it's picking up through the pickups or what, but there's a slight noise that is happening, which is not a big deal, especially, like I said, if you're playing live. So if you're playing, you're not ever going to hear that noise. If you're recording, you can kind of hear it. So like, I'm going to turn off the pedal here, and you'll hear, as soon as I do that, you'll hear it come off. So anyway, that's the only kind of down that I've seen with this. That being said, in the live setting, I don't think it's a big deal. But anyway, I wanted to make this video because I'm going to be making the other ones, highlighting these for the Sweetwater Gear Fest coming up. So anyway, Kennis Russell out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video.